Hello and welcome to the Warriors of the Promised Land weapon construction tutorial. Today, a level 2 sword. We're going to start with a 1/2-inch PVC pipe prepared the same way we've done before. If you're not familiar with sanding and preparing and capping a PVC pipe, please refer back to the level 1 videos. For this project, we will be using a blue Walmart camp pad of closed cell foam. We're going to want to cut 24-inch lengths, 1 inch wide, 4 of those. We are also going to need 2 lengths of 2-inch thick foam pad, cut at about 24 inches. Now let me introduce you to DAP contact cement. This is an excellent adhesive if you use it correctly. Make sure to mix it carefully, then apply it to both surfaces that need to be adhered. Here we're putting it on the camp pad and on the PVC pipe. Then, this is the most important step, wait. Give yourself at least 5 minutes, 10-20 minutes is fine. The contact cement needs to not look wet at all. It needs to be tacky, but dry to the touch. It should not come off on your fingers. Make sure it's completely dry, and then stick it together. Notice we're putting the contact cement on all surfaces that will be adhered. Carefully line up your PVC core so that it is in the middle of your 2-inch piece of camp pad. Now we're putting on one of the 1-inch strips. The edge and the bottom surface have been layered with contact cement. And we waited the appropriate time, very dry, very sticky. When you put them together, the bond is very strong, so lay things on carefully. Now we'll continue to put contact cement on each of the surfaces to be applied, and we'll continue to stack them as shown. Now that our box formation around the core is almost complete, we can trim the excess off the edges. Now we've got a solid box foam around the core. The last step will be to cap off the top. The adhesive we're using is strong, but for extra support, cover the top with a couple of pieces of crisscrossed duct tape. Now it's time to put the blade or striking surface on our sword. There are a couple of schools of thought as to which side to put it on. One is to put it on the side where the layers are exposed to help bind them together. The other school of thought is to lay the blade on the smooth surface, and that's my preference. As you put on the blade, make it a point to keep each connected surface very firm and tight. The more surface you have touching to your core, the stronger your blade will be. A few rings of duct tape at this level help to keep the sword strong and together. Now, some people at this point call their sword done. And depending on your personal preference or the group that you play with, this may be the case. But we are going to put one more blade on our sword. And we'll finish our sword blade up with a few more rings of duct tape, especially toward the tip. Now it's time for the pommel. Cut a strip of camp pad 3 inches wide. Wrap it around the bottom of the handle to get an idea of how much length you need. Measure it, cut it, and bevel the outside edge of one side. Now, when you put glue on, you'll put glue on the surface as well as the beveled edge. When everything is tacky, then lay it carefully around the bottom of the handle, keeping the bottom edge of the camp pad in line with the bottom edge of the PVC. Look how nicely that fits together. Just trim off the excess. And cap it off with another piece of camp pad. Now it's time to do layer 2. Same thing, but this time you'll line up the bottom of the camp pad with the bottom of your previous camp pad cap. Same thing, bevel the edge, trim it off, and cap it. Some people stop with only 2 layers on the pommel, but I like to put 3. Finish it up with some duct tape, and you're done. Now that you've finished building the sword, it's time to cover it. You could cover it using things we learned in the level 1 videos, like duct tape. You could also sew a cloth cover. You'd slide it over like a sock, and then seal it with the hockey tape, like you see in this picture. No matter what you do or how you decide to finish it, have fun!